I was a first-time visitor, I would probably do the hayride, because the hayride takes you all around the park, and so you kind of get to see all the other activities that are there, right? So you hop on the hayride, and it swoops you around to the snow slides, swoops you kind of close to where Santa's taking photos, the food trucks, all the way around to the stage.
What's up, College Station? I'm Grace Hollowell, and today my guest is Louis Perez, the Recreation Manager over at our Parks and Recreation Department. Welcome back, Louis.
Thank you.
We were just talking a little bit before we started. The last time you were on the show, we were talking about the I Heart America celebration, which takes place on Independence Day every year at Wolfpen Creek. And today we are going to be talking about the Christmas in the Park, the Lights On, and the Jingle Bell Fun Run, which are our big Christmas events that Parks and Recreation puts on every year. We have some returning favorites and some new things happening, especially with the Fun Run. So to kick things off, you recently just got a promotion.
Correct.
So
I am now
you are the Recreation Manager.
That is correct, yes.
So how has that been going, and how does that differ from how you started here in the city?
So now I oversee kind of a vast part of our recreation segment of our department, instead of specializing in a couple of different things, hence the special events or programming.
Yes, because you, for a long time, were handling our special events, and I know we've had you on the show before talking about all of these events, so now you are kind of the overseer of a bunch of different things. What has been the biggest change that you've seen so far?
So in my role,
Yes.
I would say that I'm all over the place. So,
Yes.
I'm at the Lincoln Center, I'm at Lick Creek, I'm with aquatics. So I'm kind of everywhere with everyone on the rec team. Yeah.
Yes, and before you were mainly over Wolfpen Creek.
Correct.
Yes, so it is a good change. There's always so much going on. What kind of drew you to this position and wanting to kind of move up in your role?
I think that I loved doing the special events. It was something that I truly enjoy and still do. But I think that I was kind of up for the challenge. I saw the opportunity and I wanted to learn more about what we do in other facets of recreation. And so I kind of just wanted to jump and take that.
Yes, absolutely. And what is your favorite thing about this new role?
In this new role, you're very much a champion for your rec team, right?
Yeah.
And so you are making sure that they have the tools and the training to be able to have their programs and events succeed. And so I really enjoy that.
Yes, and y'all have such a great team that put on so many different events constantly. So having someone like you to be there to help assist and kind of be their motivator is very, very important. And what is the biggest thing that you have learned so far since you've started this new role?
Ooh. It's I think we're setting short-term goals and we're shorting like long-term goals, and it's going to take some effort to get us to where we would like to be. I think we do an amazing job of putting together programs and events, but there's always some room for improvement and some things that we can find out how they would work better or be more efficient, and see what the community needs are and kind of fill those gaps.
Yes, absolutely. Always room for improvement there. How can people contact you if they have questions about anything that we talk about today?
So they can use our general email or website. It's cstx.gov/parks.
Awesome. So we are sliding into the Christmas season here. I know I am very excited. I love Christmas. And Parks always puts out a show-stopping array of Christmas events every year. So can you walk us through the order of events for the 2025 Christmas season?
So for Christmas in the Park, we start with lights on in the park, and that starts on Thanksgiving. And the lights are turned on from 6 p.m. to 11 p.m., and that'll last to January the 1st. So each day they'll be on, and folks can come and stop by, drive through the park, or stop in the park and walk. If you drive through the park, you can tune into Willie 97 from that time from 6 to 11 p.m., and it'll be a Christmas themed music playing while you drive by.
Yes, and I am the type of person that Christmas starts for me as soon as I'm done eating my Thanksgiving dinner. We pull the tree out, all the decorations go up. So that is the Lights On event is something that I look forward to every year to kind of get me in the spirit for Christmas.
It's kind of something good to do right after Thanksgiving, right? You've eaten a big meal and you're like, let's go for a little walk,
Yes.
probably. And Central Park's probably the best place to go do it.
Yes, absolutely. So what does the setup process look like for transforming the park into such a large-scale holiday display?
So we start, I'd say, anywhere between 6 to 8 weeks out. There's a huge process from our operations team. They do an amazing job of putting up lights. They're currently putting up lights. It's right down to a couple of days before Thanksgiving, and so it's a huge effort. There's some lights that go on the pond. There's fixtures, and they have to use cranes. It is a big operation.
Yes, and I'm sure they also have to test it to make sure
Correct.
that things are timed correctly.
Yes,
and
very much so.
no critters have chewed on the lights. I know that's happened to me personally. Is pulled
And-
stuff out of the garage and no longer works
Yeah,
because
and those
something got to it.
And the lights have been sitting for a while, so they needed to go through all that process.
Yes, absolutely. So there's more than 1 million lights that are going to be shining in the park, and large features like a 90-foot tower of power. So what are some of the challenges that your team tackles during this preparation?
I think the park is so open, so our cranes are moving and lifts are moving, and you have traffic coming in and out, not to mention our staff moving in and out. And so we have to do our best to obviously be safe, but keep the park open and functioning.
Yes, and that is something I know when I've been to visit the park, I've seen y'all hard at work, and I try to keep my distance when I see the crane moving. So on the main event night, this is where some of the changes come into effect. In past years, we've had the Christmas in a Park event weekend, but this year it's only one night.
Correct. So it'll be December the 6th, Saturday. The park in itself is closed to the public at 7 a.m. To midnight, so you wouldn't be able to drive through or park at the park if you're the general public. But the event of Christmas in the Park starts at 6 p.m. and goes to 10. And we have a plethora of things that are fun to do. We have snow slides, photos with Santa, an ice sculpture, live entertainment, hayride, cookies and hot chocolate, and we have food vendors. And everything is absolutely free other than the food vendors.
So what does the selection process look like for providing the entertainment and the food vendors for the Christmas in the Park event?
For the performers, we usually open it up a couple weeks out, and groups can apply online. The window is now shut off, but we usually look for anything in the holiday theme. It would have to be themed for the event itself. Regarding vendors, there's some vendors that we typically look for, but we look for a diverse kind of food groupings. We, perhaps some burgers, some barbecue, some coffee, some tacos. So we want to keep it diverse to kind of be something to apply to everyone that's attending.
So can you walk us through the process for Photos with Santa? How does that work?
So Photos with Santa will be at the Fun for All playground. It's absolutely free, and all you have to do is get in line. Once you approach Santa, we'll have a system there and some staff there that will assist you in taking your photo. They won't take the photo for you, but we have a business we work with called Texas Size Selfies that can assist with that. And so you would sit down, Santa will be in a sleigh in the background, the photo's taken, and then that photo would be text to you.
Awesome. And are there reindeer this year or no?
There is not any reindeer this year.
Gotcha. Yes, they will be at the North Pole.
Correct.
So what sort of contingency plans are in place for weather or lightning? I know I've been peeking at the forecast a little bit, and it's kind of up in the air. So what happens if there is a severe weather event on the day of the fun run and Christmas in the Park?
If there's a light rain, we continue to move forward. I think the important thing to keep an eye on is lightning. So lightning within a certain range would stop all activities. So we have to be safe and take that into consideration. But if there's a light rain, we would pretty much move forward with the event.
So what are some must-see features that you'd recommend for first-time visitors?
If I was a first-time visitor, I would probably do the hayride because the hayride takes you all around the park, and so you kind of get to see all the other activities that are there, right? So you hop on the hayride, and it swoops you around to the snow slides, swoops you kind of close to where Santa's taking photos, the food trucks, all the way around to the stage.
So the Lights On event, like we mentioned, is free and takes place through the 1st. And the main Christmas in the Park event is on December 6th. Does that require any sort of tickets or wristbands in order to enter the event?
For December 6th, there is a wristband in order to participate. So you would approach some of our booths that are waiver booths, and you would fill out the waiver. You can also scan it and do it on your phone, and then you would be given a wristband. That wristband allows you to participate in all the activities there. We also have parking at Post Oak Mall, so you wouldn't be able to park at Central Park. You'd park at Post Oak Mall, and the shuttles would bring you over and shuttle you back.
Yes, so the event is free, but you do need a wristband, and we'll have multiple parks employees and volunteers there to make sure that you get your wristband. So what do you hope that families and visitors take away from their experience at Christmas in the Park this year?
I think we want the community to know that it's a free and open event, open to everyone. And so while we have other Christmas events going on in the community that may require a fee, Christmas in the Park is absolutely free other than the food vendors. And so we encourage people to come out. It's zero cost. The shuttles to shuttle you over to the park are zero cost. And so that's kind of what we want the local community to know.
Yes, free family fun. So let's kind of switch gears here, because before the Christmas in the Park event is the Jingle Bell Fun Run that leads into the College Station Christmas Parade. Also on December 6th, we have a lot going on that day. That is like City Christmas Day. So there are some changes this year to the Fun Run. So let's kind of talk about those.
So the Fun Run this year will start at the mall and take the same route that the parade would take. It is before the parade, so it would go down Holloman, Dartmouth, Krennic Tap, and then lead into Central Park. And that is sign up is or you would show up at 3. The race starts at 3:30, followed by the parade at 4. And so yes, it won't be at Central Park, but it'll lead to Central Park.
Yes, in years past, it has been through the park, through the lights displays, but this year we're trying something new, and the runners will be kind of the start of the parade to get everybody excited. And this year it is a 1.5-mile route, which is a little longer than years past. So what inspired this change, and what can participants expect from the updated course?
I think it's a little, so just as people kind of sit on the sides of the road to enjoy the parade, we want kind of, the runners or walkers to kind of be cheered on by the community as well. And so we just kind of wanted to do something a little bit different, kind of expand our Christmas events.
Yes, because before if you were participating in the run, your family would wait for you at the end, or your loved ones would be at the very end. But now you have a whole streets full of people cheering you on. And you mentioned walkers as well. So this is a fun run. So it's by no means a marathon or a 5K. Anybody of any ability is welcome to participate, correct?
Correct. You're free to run, but you're also free to walk or stroll and take your time, yes.
So the course ends at Christmas in the Park. How does this transition help connect the two events and enhance the overall holiday experience?
So I think we want the community to feel that the epicenter of Christmas for these Christmas events ends at Central Park with Christmas in the Park and the lighting ceremony and photos with Santa. And so it all leads to the park.
And do you have any memorable stories or standout moments from past fun runs that really capture the spirit of the event?
I think most of our fun runs are pretty casual, but then you kind of see where families amongst themselves kind of take it a little competitive. And so you start to see that amongst family. It's kind of interesting to watch and fun.
Yes, I participated not last year, the year before, and that was my favorite part too, is just seeing, dad and son trying to compete with each other. I know our city manager, Brian Woods, always has a competition with his son every year in the fun run, and it just makes that you kind of really feel the festive holiday spirit with that event. And do you have any tips for first-time participants, whether they're seasoned runners or families who may not have the most athletic abilities, or just people who enjoy the holidays?
I would say take in mind that it is a fun run.
Yes.
There's no pressure. There's no pressure for you to make a certain time. It is not timed. Enjoy yourself. Have fun.
Yes, and it is something, too, that is a good gauge if you want to get into running. It's a low-pressure first race that you can definitely kind of get your feet wet, or your sneakers wet, so to say.
Yeah.
So looking ahead, what are you most excited for this year's events?
I think the thing that I like about our events is kind of seeing the community have fun. That's the thing that I enjoy. When those lines are long and people are enjoying, you see people get done with the activity and then get back in line. Those are the things that I like to see, because those are kind of, that you've had a successful event. That the things that you've gone through the process to go through contracts and obtain, that the community's enjoying those.
Yes, absolutely. And are there any new features that we haven't talked about already that visitors should look forward to this year?
We have an ice sculpture this year. So
Fun.
we had one last year. I don't know if you can call it new, but this year it's going a little bit bigger. And so we're very excited about that.
Yes, and is that a live sculpture?
That would be a live performance sculpture at 6:30.
Awesome.
Yes.
So you can watch the artist create the piece and
Correct.
kind of guess what they're making as it's happening. That's very fun. So is there anything else that you'd like the community to know about Christmas in the Park this year?
I think just, like every other year, we encourage people to come out here. And yes, it is only one day, but please come out. We have plenty of things to do, lots of food with our food vendors. There's just so many things going on at the park. And if they want to start at the parade or the fun run and then lead up to the park, we obviously welcome that and want people to stop by.
Yes, and one more time, where can people find out more?
cstx.gov/parks.
Now, before we go, we have a fun Would You Rather game of some questions all related to Christmas or Christmas in the Park. So are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, would you rather flip the switch on the first night of Christmas in the park or ride the lead vehicle in the parade?
I'd flip the switch.
Yes. Would you rather spend a night helping set up over 1 million lights or spend a night helping take them all down?
Set up.
Would you rather have unlimited hot chocolate at the event or a front row spot for every performance and activity?
The first one.
The hot chocolate,
Yeah.
Absolutely. And would you rather spend a night at Christmas in the Park with mild weather or a perfectly chilly night that feels more like the holidays?
Chilly weather.
Yes, me too. And finally, would you rather explore the park on foot at the event or enjoy the full drive-through experience from your car?
I would say on foot.
Yes, absolutely. Well, thank you so much,
Absolutely.
Louie, for joining me. I can't wait for the event this year.
Absolutely.
And that's what's up.